Hey, thanks for making time to watch this video. In this video, I'm going to help you get more time and space to do the creative projects you've been working on or wanting to work on more, or get started working on, or finish. So this is probably the number one thing I hear when I am talking to artists, asking them about, kind of what's holding you back or why aren't you making the progress you want to make. People always say, I don't have the time and the space to do it. I'd like to have more time and space to do it. So space, maybe just head space or physical space like a studio. So I want to sort of talk about a few things. I hope this video doesn't go too long, but I want to give you enough to really start to work with getting more time. So time is all about how we think about time. So it's our number one most precious non-renewable resource. That's how I think about time. Every second that passes is really valuable. Every moment, every conversation, but really every second leads to every minute, which leads to every hour and day and week and month and year and decade and then lifetime. And it all comes back to how we are spending each second, and they really do all add up. So it's about the quality of each second and whether it's actually connected to the bigger vision of what we want to create over time. And if you think about sands in an hourglass, that however many minutes you can collect in doing creative work, they're all going to add up to having a creative career or a creative life or a creative lifestyle or just living a more creative, expressive life. So the idea is finding out how to spend more minutes and hours of your day in that creative state. And that's really where my journey started with creativity mindset, is thinking about time in a different way really shifted my behavior. So really respecting time and honoring time and valuing time. So when we talk about time in a very similar way that we talk about money, which is how are you spending your time? That will save me time. And I really don't want to waste time, or that would be a waste of time. So it's the same with money, I'm wasting my money, or how am I going to spend this amount of money? So we attach a value to it is sort of what I'm getting to. So time is extremely valuable. We don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste any time. That doesn't mean we want to be busy all the time and just working. Maybe we want to spend time doing yoga, or maybe we want to spend time journaling, or we want to spend time sleeping and recharging. But each of those activities should be conscious. And I think that's where a lot of creatives struggle, is we're not very conscious with how we're spending time. And we're hoping that the time will show up for us to do our creative work, or we're hoping that ideas are going to just show up and spark us into action. And it's important to become a little bit more proactive in how we are spending that time. So that's the first part, is just to make that mindset shift that your time is finite and everyone on the planet has the same amount of time. And if other people are making progress, they also have the same amount of time. So it's possible for you to make that progress when you value your time and you collect more of those minutes doing creative work. So that's the mindset shift, to really value your time. The second part relates to how you spend time. So when we think about it in financial terms, most people, if they want to get their finances under control, they start a budget. They start running a weekly budget. And as they're going along, they're tracking how they're spending money when they go to the shops and if they buy something online, you buy petrol or whatever, you track that and you keep note of it. And there's an app, and people are updating it like with every transaction. This is the same concept to use with time. So tracking your time daily is the best way to start learning how to manage your time, because most people have just never been taught how to manage their time. Unless you've done all the boring productivity and time management audio courses and things that I've done, no one teaches you this stuff. And I can recommend some audio courses if you're interested, because this is an area of your life that's really worth mastering and understanding and being able to manage. Because otherwise we end up just running out of time all the time, and not getting around to projects. So we want to run a time budget. So the way I do it is I have a daily planner. So here's my daily planner. That's for today. So I've got one here for yesterday as well. So I do this every day. I get up in the morning and I plan my time, plan how I'm going to spend my time so that I spend it very efficiently and very effectively, and I get a return on investment on my time. So that's what I do. I set out the time, and then as I'm going through my day, I track how it's going. So if I allocated time like I did for this video, I make a time for it, and then I estimate, okay, it's going to take, 10, 20, 30 minutes to kind of get set up, make the video and get it up onto YouTube or something. Then I go through and do it. And then once I've done it, I go and check back in and I go, okay, did that take me half an hour? Maybe it'll take me an hour to do all of that. But then I have this conscious reference where I'm like, okay, that actually takes longer. So next time I'll allow more time in my planning to do it. So that's a simple example, but the idea is to set out the plan. It's like making a projection, like a financial projection. And then next to it, you have what actually happened. And if you do this even just for a week, and I would challenge you to do it, and I would request and suggest you to do this, because it's really the beginning stages of getting your hands on getting more time, is to track your time, and you'll start to see where you're wasting time, where the distractions are coming in, and where you can start to sort of tighten up that time budget so that you have more time to do what's important, which is to do your creative work and tap in with your creativity and connect with yourself. That's what this whole video, that's what this video is for, but that's what all of my work in creative mindset mastery is about. It's about how do artists get more time, space, remove the blocks so they can tap in and do the work they want to do. So that's probably enough for this video to get you started about time. The first thing is changing the mindset to really value your time. Realize that it's so precious. It's non-renewable, it's finite, and it's a great idea to utilize each second and each minute in ways that are going to be fulfilling for you and the world, and are going to move you towards your creative goals. And the second part is how to do that, which is to start tracking your time and just notice where it's going. And as you notice, come up with strategies to change things. Like if you notice you're spending way too much time on social media, or you spend a lot of time traveling, or you just whatever, you're getting caught on Netflix and you're watching lots of stuff, or you're spending lots of time socializing and a lot of it's not really enriching your life that much, and you'd like to do creative work, you can swap out one social night for an evening at home connecting with yourself and connecting with your art. That will feel so good. So I hope that's helpful. There's so much more on this topic. I'm actually running a webinar this week that I will leave a link to somewhere on this page or in the email if you got this through email. Come and join me. So it's about how to get more time, and also how to just get into the slipstream of how successful artists move forward. There are ways and methods, and you can, once you learn them, it just kind of gives you this momentum. So check out that webinar. It goes into way more depth. I'm going to go for about an hour and a half. I think you'll really love it. If you enjoy these videos, you'll enjoy the webinar. So check that out and leave me a comment below. Maybe let me know where you're losing a lot of your time, where you're wasting a lot of your time, and tell me why it's important for you to really master this whole thing of like time management, and what projects you'll be able to do and complete when you get it under wraps. So I'd love to hear from you. Let me know, either reply to the email or leave me a comment below, and I will be seeing you soon. All the best. Remember, your art matters. So go and create. Bye.